Greetings, Cubs. Welcome and welcome back again. It's time to step into the lion's den. J Park has been pretty much been trending for a few days now, last couple of days, and has also been getting on my nerves. So I'm like, let's go ahead and hop into a reading on him, just to see what kind of energy is around him. You know, I got out these universe cards, so you know we really about to get into his tea. So yeah. Let's just jump right into this. If you're new here, maybe you should try subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you get notified anytime I drop a reading. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me see. I'm going to pull some oracles for him first. So I'm going to use some of my favorite oracles right now. Yeah, I'm going to pull a few oracles for him. I'm going to use my Mausolea of Mausolea Oracle of Souls deck, my Shaman Oracle. I'm probably not going to name them all because I'll probably go through a few of these according to how I feel. So we're just going to go off dome, y'all. So let's get a card for J Park, his energy, what's surrounding him. Let's get some cards. Let's get a card for him. Oh, it's a lot of cards. Okay, let me go ahead and put these like this. I'm going to pull out some more oracles as well. And then we're going to move on to the tarot part of things before I start reading. Alright, anything else for J Park? Okay, so I'll put these here and I'll go over all of these right now. Okay, so starting off with the Maestro. So the Maestro says understanding community and ingenuity. Oh, why can I not pronounce this word right now? Ingenuity. Okay. And I really feel like J Park is really being hit with how he is just not in the right about things right now. That is actually hitting him because next we have the Leopard King that's talking about bravery, self-discipline, and faith. So hopefully we will be seeing a change from him in the future. I mean, he's had way too many times for me, and he's a grown man, so I don't have time to wait for him to change. I'm not waiting for him for anything. But next we have the Thinker. It says knowledge, instruction, and reinvention. And last we have the Morgan that says antipathy, introspection, and opposition. So through all of this, all of the drama, flack that he's been getting through this, he does seem like he's realized he had to reevaluate himself and his situation and reevaluate his own intelligence. So he is in that stage right now of realizing, oh, okay, well, maybe I can't do this, or maybe this is not going to be acceptable. So, I mean, hopefully with me seeing understanding community and self-discipline, we're moving in a positive direction for him. But I don't know, you know, we still have ingenuity here. So I'm not really sure. You know, he may like realize like just proper ways to do things and handle himself. So we also have the Further Gate, a bold step forward, and then we have Lost Compass, getting back to integrity. So I really do see this being a huge wake-up call for J Park at the moment. Somehow that's surprising to me, but it is a huge wake-up call for him. I'm going to pull some cards on how he's feeling. Abandonment. Future. Okay, so I think he's going to be ending future brilliance. I think he's going to be ending or editing or like changing future projects. And I do think that he hopefully will be going in a direction of focusing more on Korean growth. Yeah, we have life. Yeah, I think he's going to focus on his own genuine life, healing, independent resolution. Yeah, he's going to move forward in a positive way. Jay Park should be moving forward in a positive way. I'm not sure exactly how much he needs to be beat up on to really let it sink in. But I do see that he is going to start applying some changes to the way that he's doing things once he really realizes that, you know, not everyone is appreciating the cultural appropriation. Not everyone is appreciating him acting as if he knows what black culture is about because he listens to hip-hop. You know what I mean? And that's a big problem that I see everywhere in all Asian communities, like specifically and especially East Asian, from, you know, copying our hairstyles and thinking that like black culture is pretty much hip-hop, R&B, and that's what they imitate to represent blackness. It's really disgusting to see, but yeah, hopefully for Jay Park changes for the better. So we're gonna go ahead and see what is next for Jay. I'm gonna go ahead and see what we got next coming for Jay Park. Alrighty, come on, card. Okay, yeah, like I said, so we have the Page of Wands so far. Definitely going to be, this is going to inspire him to do new things. He's not really going to be too fond about it, I don't think. Is this Three of Swords? This deck is a little difficult to see. I believe this is Three of Cups. I'm going to say this is Three of Cups. He's not going to be too fond about it, honestly, but he's going to also see the change. His income is going to change for the better, honestly, but it's going to change. Okay. I still see a lot of stubbornness in him, though. I still see a lot of stubbornness in him, not wanting to let go. Hoping that the change also sort of brings out failure. Like, see, nobody wants to listen to this, blah, 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 blah. But there will be an attempt to change. I don't know if he's going to stick with it. Jay Park is absolutely someone that you have to keep beating it into him for him to realize, like you know, yeah, that the change, like, what you need is simple. Like, it's not that hard to do, to change. Cultural conditioning and boundaries, because he still, you know, doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. Here's what I'm seeing with this. This is two things. This is again talking about the cultural appropriation, and him not respecting the boundaries of black people, not respecting the boundaries of the culture that he's taking from, and that's very, very important. Respect boundaries. Okay, there are boundaries, and stop if you're one of those people that sits there and goes, oh well, these people have braids, da 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 da, these cultures have braids. Don't do that. Stop that, because you know that that's not what black people are talking about, and you know that the person that we're talking about is not appropriating German culture, Celtic culture, Vikings, all of that. Stop. When you see those people who are not black in braids, baggy pants, chains, grills, and trying to act swaggy or whatever, you know, they call it, you know who they're imitating. Stop gaslighting black people. Stop doing that. Stop it. Especially if you are not in the Asian community or the black community, you do not have a say in what is going on in this situation. So please mind your business and stay in your lane politely. Okay? Anyway, So this is talking about him not respecting cultural boundaries, and also with this cultural conditioning, this is also almost like a conditioning of his company and his group. So he has, there's a pride thing here, because he has built his entire empire off of blackness and black culture while excluding black people from it. And he has trained these lost Asian kids to imitate, copy, and perpetrate blackness. And they respect Jay Park because he's the closest thing to blackness that they want to be. Meaning not next to actual black people, but to the closest thing to them and blackness, which is an impersonator, okay? So he's built his whole company off of that, and he has conditioned everyone who works with him to act this way, to be this way. This is his interpretation of cool blackness, okay? And so everyone in there is conditioned to be that way. Therefore, it is very difficult for him to realize that the culture that he's imitating, the people from the culture that he's imitating are saying, you can't do this, I need you to politely step out of our stuff. And now he's realizing that he has to change or go back to his personal roots, which are in the East, okay, which is his Asian, his Korean culture. And that's difficult for him, because then it's just like, well, what does he tell everyone that he spent years bringing up in his fake black culture, imitation of black culture, his Dollar Tree blackness, okay? So it's the solution is simple, but it's also very difficult for him to realize that that's what he has to do, which is going to make it harder and take longer for him to finalize, because it's very different. His money is riding off of blackness. That's where his money comes from, whether you want to hear it or not, okay? Mass conscious, yeah, he realizes that like everyone is telling him, like there's a massive amount of people telling him, hey, this is not okay, this is not okay. He can't ignore it anymore though, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I think that's like all I have for Jay Park. He's going to change. There is going to be an eventual evolution. I don't know how great though. He definitely doesn't want to. He absolutely doesn't want to, and he would actually be rooting for it to not be successful so he can go back to taking black culture. So I want to go more actually, and I want to see. Let me make sure this deck is... I want to know... I'm going to start asking the harder questions now. How about that? Let's get into the harder questions. How does Jay Park feel about black people telling him to politely step the heck out of our culture? So, just like most people who appropriate black culture, they don't see... Black culture is the only culture they literally... most people don't see as an actual culture. Black culture is probably the only one that... we're like the only people that have to fight and say that, yes, this is literally a culture. This is something that we do in a way that we are. Everyone else seems to be able... If anyone from any other ethnic or cultural background says, hey, this is our culture, people can understand it, but they don't seem to grasp it for black culture. So this fool is also an adventurer. So someone who is... He feels like, he's able to go wherever, he wants, treads wherever he wants, just kind of take whatever he wants. A naivety, as well as thinking that black people themselves are foolish for thinking that, he's one of those culture should be shared kind of people. Not realizing that, for a lot of us, we can't share culture that's being snatched from us. And a lot of us don't have our own countries, where we can actually keep, homogeneous countries where it's just us, where it's easier for us to invite people to participate in our cultural events. Okay? he's also like feeling with black people. It's definitely, he's giving me very much, this is why we can't move forward. Like very, very much victim blaming. Like somebody says, hey, don't use my stuff, and you know, this person's like, see, this is why you're selfish, you're this, you're that. So he's not very happy that you know, that he's being called out by a lot of people. Is that the Knight of Swords and then the Two of Cups? I think he has done this. I'm seeing very much praising people who tell him things politely, like you know, like if you kindly tell him to do something, like he's gonna be all like, oh well, you know, thank you to all the people that, you know, said this nicely or blah blah blah, as if he has not been told for years, as if he's not been told about these behaviors that he's had several times. Huh, interesting. Okay. Well, anyway. Jay Park does not necessarily have fond emotions towards black men and women. I'm like sensing like ego, like almost like they don't know how to like him thinking black men, specifically in the rap game, not black women, but black men, oh, they don't know how to how do I put it, like they don't know how to handle business. So he definitely thinks lowly of like black men in business, specifically like in the rapping business, like and how they're handling their money and all of that. And then black women just like over emotional, manipulative, you know. He doesn't have positive views. There's no positive views there. Let's see. Yeah. What do I want to know next? Let's see. I don't know if there's really anything else to really ask about him. Oh, how did Jay Park feel about the reaction to his music video? Oh, you know what I'm going to use? Yeah. How did Jay Park feel about... How did Jay Park feel about the reactions to his music video? Oh. He was not... Yeah, he was absolutely feeling the heat, y'all. He was absolutely feeling the heat. Absolutely he was. Absolutely he was. He was feeling the pressure. I don't know what he expected, but he did not expect that. He did not expect this kind of reaction. Is there anything else on how he felt about the music video and people's reaction to the... Okay, blocking out... I'm self-reflecting. So refusing to acknowledge that it was a bad idea. Refusing to listen. He was hoping it would grow on people, and it didn't. He thought he did something, in other words. He thought he did something, and when he realized he didn't, it was a shock to him. Like, no sir, you did nothing at all. You did nothing at all. You literally just attempted to copy Kendrick, stole his whole flow, and then put off-brand black people in your video, aka niggaboos. So, interesting. Also, he's absolutely... I think, does he do this on purpose? Yeah. Okay, so, two things. He still enjoys that he gets attention off of, like his company will thrive off of basically black rage, like doing something that will piss off black people, because, you know, it does stabilize his company, has more people talking about him, thinking about him, whatever. But he also is not able to deal with the criticism right now, because the criticism this time I see is definitely hitting closer to home. So he's being called out about his fantasy bond that he has with black culture. So people have definitely been dragging him and letting him know that you are not black, you never will be black, you will never understand the struggle of blackness. Your imitation of blackness is poor. It will never be the real thing. You can go ahead and straighten your hair out again and remember that you're Asian, because you are not African American, sir. You are not black or African in any way, shape, or form. Elimination and the truth. He is not able to take that people are absolutely like ready to cut him off and telling him the truth about himself. He was not expecting to be called out, because that's exactly what's happening. He was not expecting to be called out, and it hit so close to him, because I feel like before it did not really greatly affect him, whereas this time it actually is. I don't know how much heart he thought he put into that DNA song remix, that trash mix he did. But yeah, he's being dragged, and I think he really thought it was deep as hell. Like, I think he really thought he was deep and he was really doing something. And so when people said, no, you're not, and this is trash, and you all look garbage, and started dragging him and everybody in his video, he just was not expecting that type of response, because over in Asia, they think that mess is cool. It's, you know, for them, it's just like every day is Halloween. It's a costume party, a racist costume party, you know. But yeah, he has the potential to change. I don't know if he will, though. Like, not for long. Like, he may put out something next that's probably like more centered around Asian culture, and, you know, have a hanbok or whatever, and do something like that, like do it the correct way and try to gain attention by saying, oh, you know what, you guys are right, I was wrong, here is this, you know, I'm doing it the right way, and do some Asian culture stuff, and then like turn right back around afterwards and be back at square one. So that's how I kind of feel like he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be able to let go of the fact that he's not black. I think he's going to cling to that as much as he can. He's going to probably try to hang on to the his pretend game that he's ghetto or from the hood. Yeah, but that's pretty much all I'm seeing here. There may be a slight change and then kind of like drawback, like almost like withdrawal, like some sort of drug addiction, like you're addicted to that, you're freaking yeah, whatever that is. But yes, I probably like ended this 3 times, but I'm gonna end it officially. This is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button to show some love and support, especially for the other Cubs. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Join us Friday at 8:30. I will be going live and talking to y'all, so we can chat about this all we want. What else? Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Tumblr if you want to ask me questions anonymously, and sign up to my Patreon if you would like to purchase your own personal reading for yourself, or if you would like to purchase a reading for your idol. Yep. All right, and that's all. I love you all dearly, Cubs. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.